All right, let's get it going. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not your doctor. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. However, I was just listening to the Cutler Cast, Jay Cutler, Mr. Olympia. He had Milos on again, Milos Sarcev, and I believe that's how you say his last name. Anyways, they got into a very interesting topic about training. And Jay Cutler was talking about how he likes to train, or he started training, or he started doing cardio fasted, okay? And then he said he felt so good that he went and he worked out and it felt really, really good. And he was asking Milos, is this an optimal way to train? Now, this is about an hour into this podcast. Let me show you on my screen. This one right here, it's podcast number 30 on the Cutler Cast. Big fan of Jay Cutler, fan of Milos, and what they do with the sport. And the information that Milos gave out at around like an hour into it wasn't the greatest, right? So it's about an hour into this, but he talks about how Jay Cutler, he doesn't have the energy to be able to work out. Like he needs the glycogen, right? He needs the glucose, he needs sugar. Now, this is, let me see if I can even play it. I don't even know if I can. No, okay. Maybe that's why. Nope, okay. Anyways, I don't think y'all can hear it. But here's the thing. The way that Milos said what he said about Jay, or people in general, bodybuilders, needing carbohydrates before they work out because they need energy, they don't have the energy. It made it sound as if like he doesn't believe in glycogen. So like the way our body stores carbohydrates. So it will use insulin in the carbs that you eat, and it'll store it into your muscles and then also your liver. The amount of glycogen per person is depending on how much muscle mass that you have. So the more lean muscle mass, the more glycogen store that you can get, which is why some bodybuilders or fitness athletes will say that they're flatter, right? Because they've depleted their glycogen stores because they haven't ate enough carbohydrates to replenish for what they did with the previous activity or the 2 days previous activity. However, there might have been some like language miscommunication, but the way it came out was that Milos does not believe in glycogen. Now, this is twofold. So let me go back. Twofold, right? You have enough stored glycogen, it's pretty much glucose. Your body's going to use that stored glycogen for your workouts. And that's going to be, you're going to have plenty amount because Jay's not going no carb or low carb throughout the days, right? He's going to have enough stored for him to perform his activities and maintain lean muscle mass, because you're also going to be consuming, he's going to be consuming amino acids, an essential amino acid throughout the workout, right? And his body's not going to destroy muscle that fast. Your body just doesn't destroy muscle that fast. Like it needs to be, like you don't start atrophying muscle until like it's like a week or more of bedridden in the hospital, right? So that's what they found. It might get smaller, like kind of deflated looking, just because it's not being activated, like the muscle fibers. So you might get that feeling of maybe flatter or something, or a little bit weaker, but you didn't atrophy, you didn't lose that muscle to the point where you had to regain it back, okay? So Jay Cutler going into a workout fasted in the morning, post cardio, totally fine. Now, he's not looking to add size. So that is going to be the caveat that Milos is going to be talking about, plus one other hormone. So myself, I will have glycogen that's stored, right, from the previous day. I will work out in the morning, sometimes fasted, and I will do like a 20-minute cardio. Now, I'm not looking to gain more muscle, but I'm looking to improve my lifts, and my strength does increase and my repetitions increase based on what I'm doing, whether it be supersets, giant sets, pyramiding, or progressive overload, or whatever program that I'm following, whether it be Renaissance, whether it be hybrid, whether it be Westside Barbell, whether it be conjugate system, whatever I do, right? So you're not going to get weaker. You may not be able to have the optimum ability to build muscle, to build lean tissue for a bodybuilder, okay? But Jay's not a bodybuilder anymore. He lives a bodybuilding lifestyle, but he is trying to downsize to stay healthy. Now, Milos, on the other hand, this is where he says you need, like, all athletes need carbs. All athletes need anabolics, okay? He states that in here. Now, it's true to become bigger, stronger, faster, right? There's a point at which everyone hits as far as their genetic potential, their natural genetic potential. And then you have your anabolic genetic potential, okay? Now, he says that you need carbohydrates before your workout. This is because Milos is known for using insulin, okay? He has insulin protocols that are awesome and they work, and you can tell because of his clients, and they are winners, okay? They look great. So if you use his protocol and you don't have carbohydrates to be shuttled in during your workout, yeah, you're gonna die, right? That's what happens whenever you have too much insulin, your blood sugar drops and you die, okay? So it's not the safest route for a natural person to jump into his protocol of insulin and say, I'm gonna take carbohydrates, right? I'm not saying that, but don't think that if you're a natural person or if you're a younger teenager, because you guys do follow these top bodybuilders and coaches, do not think that you need carbohydrates, okay? If it makes you feel better to work out faster. You can get away with backloading carbs and then front loading carbs, okay? So you can front load the carbs the night before, and then you can replenish your carbohydrates post exercise, and then go about your day and hit the rest of your meals and macros and calories throughout the day. So that will give you enough ample glycogen stores to be able to perform the workout and create hyperplasia and enough blood volume for a good pump. So we would want some of that that endovascular growth, okay? So that's just one thing that stood out to me in that podcast, that Cutler Cast. That information probably just got a little bit skewed in communication, but what he said for sure says that there's not stored glycogen, that you need that meal at that point in time. And he backtracks his statement with some other variables, because then Jay Cutler was going to use an essential amino acid with cyclodextrin and glutamine or taurine, whatever his product is, but the Cutler nutrition, okay? So there's a lot of backtracking, but that bold statement of around an hour in, that's kind of concerning, especially if you're a younger person and you are, or an older individual, and you don't really want to eat a meal beforehand, like you're trying to stuff yourself. That's probably going to impede your performance, because you're going to have too much food in your stomach, and your blood is going to go to the stomach to try to digest the food. So rest and digest your parasympathetic system, rather than, and then you don't have enough time, let's say, to digest it, because your gastric emptying might be slow, because everyone's so different, right? Everyone metabolizes food or digests food at a different rate. So we want enough blood flow to go to our extremities, right? Because we're gonna kickstart that sympathetic system. We're gonna fight or flight, right? Adrenals. And then what's gonna happen is that you're gonna blunt the blood flow to your digestive system on that meal that you're trying to fully absorb and break down, because it does take a while. It doesn't just take 30 minutes or an hour. It takes a lot longer than that to actually break down those carbohydrates, especially if you even want to use them like for that workout. If your workout lasts that long, like, you don't just use it automatically. But then you could have restricted blood flow to the gut. That can cause malabsorption, can cause constipation, bloating, just a lot of other issues, SIBO, things like that. So we want enough blood flow to our extremities for that workout, which is why some people feel so great working out fasted. It's up to you. It's whatever makes you feel good. Fasted cardio, fasted workouts, which one's going to burn more body fat and gain more lean muscle. Hey man, there's not a confirmed study that shows one way is better than the other. It's all about consistency, calorie intake, and intensity in the gym, and adherence, right? And sleep. So all those things, they come in together. That's just really just a bodybuilding lifestyle. So that's just out of the way. Anyways, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll get back to you all at the other video.